Paragon wants to first thank all the people that have reached out to him to make sure he's okay. He wants to thank all the people that have checked on him because they understand that Paragon is having hard times right now. He wants to secondly thank all the allies that have been marching, that have been protesting, that have been putting up signs, that have been sharing the correct and sharing truthful information during this trying time where not only do people want to create more divide, they want to create a war. But to those people that are trying to create a war, to those people that are trying to create a divide, for centuries, it has been people like you that have been bringing hard times on Paragon and his people and this country. And you guys don't know about hard times. Hard times is when you have to constantly scroll through Facebook and you feel the need to argue, educate, and explain every time you see some ignorant person say something about Black Lives Matter, to say something about Black life, to say something about Black on Black crime, to say all lives matter, to say something about why it's justified, why a Black human, before American human, why a Black human deserves to be taken from this world. And you're having to decide, do you actually have the energy to fight, combat, and explain? That's hard times. Hard times is when it's expected of you to always turn the other cheek, when in reality, they don't want you to turn the other cheek. They want you to be silent and in compliance. They don't want you to kneel. They don't want you to wear a shirt. They don't want you to share a meme. They don't want you to stand. They don't want you to march. They don't want you to protest. They don't want you to riot. But these are the same people who just a week ago put guns in police officers' faces because they wanted a haircut. They wanted Applebee's to reopen. They wanted to be able to get back to their normal. And they faced no repercussions. But people were protesting peacefully, and they got police cars rammed into them. They got tear gas thrown at them. They got shot with pepper and rubber bullets. That is hard times. Hard times is when a woman of non-color takes it upon herself to stand up for what she believes is right. And a hateful, spiteful, racist person decides to run her down and murder her. Hard times is when somebody, anywhere, decides to voice out and cry about the injustice that we are facing right now in our world. And they are told to be quiet. They are silenced. Because all lives matter, apparently. But how can all lives matter when Black lives don't? That's hard times. Hard times is when just the previous week, the world was celebrating a Black man who gave his life so his son could live. He did something extremely human and heroic. And we celebrated him then. But now, the week after, we are arguing and debating whether a man who got his life snuffed out deserved to die. That is hard times. Hard times is when a man is lying on the ground. He says he can't breathe. He is ignored. There are police officers that are around him that can help him. They can stop this crime. They can stop this murder. They are accomplices. They do nothing. And this man cries out for his mama. He cries out for his mom. He cries out for his mother, who has been dead for years because obviously this man does not want to die in this moment. Hard times is when the punishment doesn't fit the crime. Hard times is when you want to be like every other kid and you want to play cops and robbers. You want to play with your toys. You want to play with your toy guns and your toy water guns. And yet, on that day in Cleveland, Ohio, you just happen to be too big for your age. Hard times is when you're walking home with a hoodie, Skittles, and Arizona iced tea. And apparently, you are labeled public enemy number one. You are deemed a threat. And you are terminated. And your executioner gets to be at home, living his best life while you are no longer here. Hard times is when you have seen more lynchings in your lifetime than your grandmother and your great-grandmother combined, and they both lived during time periods where they were still called lynchings. Hard times is when your mom sees another person died on social media and she calls you on the phone. She wants to make sure you're okay. And she's crying because she feels that could have been you. And she's upset. And you're trying to reassure her that she's okay, but then you know deep down in your heart that you know that when police cars have followed you or pulled you over, your first thought was, I did tell my mom I love her. Hard times are when you get pulled over because you fit a description. Hard times are when you just want to be able to live. You just want to be able to walk out your door, go to your job, live your dreams. But you're afraid that today's the day you become a hashtag. Hard times are when something like this happens and you feel the need to message all of your black brothers and sisters and let them know that you love them. Hard times are when something like this happens and you have to reach out to somebody and say the words, if anything ever happens to me. Hard times are when you can't sleep because you're in a constant turmoil, feeling like you should be doing something and you should be doing more. Hard times are when you feel like your skin is a death sentence and you're just waiting for your execution day to walk down that green mile. Hard times is when people ignore your cries and your pleas, and instead of trying to help you and understand you, they decide to combat you because too many people want to be right and they forget to be human. Hard times is when black babies are dying, and instead of seeing them as American babies, they are seen as others. Hard times are when just last night I walked past someone's car to get to my car and they locked their doors. And the lady clutched her purse and she looked at me in fear. She doesn't care that I'm a professional wrestler. She doesn't care that I'm also a teacher and an educator and I work with kids. She doesn't care that I don't drink, I don't smoke, that I've never been in trouble with the law, I don't gamble. She doesn't care that I am the son of a fireman and the nephew of a police chief. She doesn't care that my family have been in every single war since the Civil War. She doesn't care because all she sees is other. I'm not saying that you people don't know pain and don't know hurt. But when it comes to skin color, you don't know hard times. Because nobody is trying to take away your right to live. Nobody is trying to kill you. Nobody is trying to keep you in line. Nobody is trying to instill fear in you because of your skin. That's hard times. That's hard times.